Hello, this is Gunner Cast, and I am Matt. So the burning question in Arsenal fans' mind, such as myself at the moment, is why is it? Where did we get to make everybody suddenly, well not suddenly, it's been a long time now probably, to let everybody, all of the other fans of rival clubs hate Arsenal so much? What is the reason? I'm going to go through a few of the potential things. Maybe it's a combination of all of them, but I think my conclusion might surprise some people, right? But I think I know why. I think I know what people pretend the reason is, but I also think I know what the real reason is. So let's just go through these now. So first of all, could it be because Arsenal... Everybody's now saying that Arsenal are incredibly boring. This is a typical Arsenal goal or an Arsenal set piece with all of the chaos going on in there and everybody's jumping around on each other. By the way, if you're one of those people out there that's talking about how do Arsenal get away with this sort of stuff, I can't believe what I see in any games. When I watch football these days, you see a corner, the amount of pushing and shoving, I just can't believe that anyone gets away with this stuff. You wouldn't get away with it anywhere else on the pitch, but you do get away with it in the area because obviously the penalty would be a penalty, so you can't do that. But the main reason I'm seeing people talking about how they hate Arsenal and how they do not like Arsenal, anti-football I'm hearing, right? It's because we're so boring. Arsenal's just such a boring team. Set piece, Kings, Arsenal, all the refs. We've got the refs in our pocket and all this sort of stuff people are saying. I ain't buying any of this stuff, right? I don't think that if you're out there and you hate Arsenal, none of those things are the real reason you hate Arsenal. They're just convenient things to say that you know will get people on your side, and you can all get together, all of the rival clubs, and say, yes, we hate Arsenal for these reasons, right? And that is it's because they're bored. It's because we love football so much, and they're anti-football. They're Stoke City in disguise. They're winning the Premier League was just cute, bit like Leicester when they won the league. It's all right for an underdog to do it every now and then, ignoring the other 13 times we've done it and the no times that Leicester ever did it. But that's beside the point, right? For those of you thinking, oh, this is just another biased Arsenal fan. No, this is just my opinion, and you're going to find out how unbiased I am as this goes along if you hang around. So I ain't buying any of that. Firstly, the banter that Arsenal get about being boring and being shit and all of this other stuff isn't new, by the way. Wenger, from 2004-05 until he left, played fantastically entertaining football. Did anybody love Arsenal for that, other than Arsenal fans? Arsenal fans was pissed off with it. We was like, this is pretty, this is great. We're trying to walk it in all the time. We're never going to win anything like this. I'd rather win ugly than win like this and keep getting smashed by all these European teams. We lost 10-1, I think, to Bayern, wasn't it? Over 2 legs, something like that, in the Champions League. It was embarrassing. And the rest of football laughed at us. Oh, yeah, you can play all this pretty football, but you try and walk it in, you can't score. Arsenal are a joke club. So it isn't the anti-football. It isn't the boringness, because you don't fucking watch us anyway, unless it's a final or something, or against your own teams. Most teams never watch Arsenal other than a bit of clips on Match of the Day or something, right? So that's a load of bollocks. It isn't because it's the anti-football, you're such purists. Like, none of you would take ugly wins or doing what you need to do to get over the line with your team. None of you would accept that. Many of you have accepted periods of time at your club when it's been just like that. So the playing pretty football and winning nothing was getting a bit old, and everybody was bantering Arsenal when they were doing that. So that cannot be the reason why Arsenal are so hated. So is this the reason? This guy, Mikel Arteta, I hear it from friends of mine and other people. The reason no one likes Arsenal is because they hate Arteta. He's just such a prick, animated, running around. Like, this guy, he's passionate. Is it because he's animated and he won't stay in his technical area that people hate Arsenal for that, right? Look at him, he's too animated, he's too passionate. He's too much. He's doing too well, and who does he think he is? This is his first big job, and he's never done this before. He doesn't deserve to be getting this credit. He's whinging all the time and all this sort of stuff. Let me tell you something. Maybe you have a point about all of that. It can be a bit annoying. I mean, I'm not going to see it, am I? Because I've got biased glasses on. I'm an Arsenal fan, so he doesn't bother me. I don't really care what he does because he's not bothering me. He's on my side, right? But when you look back at Wenger was way more cringe on the touchline than... do you remember when Wenger threw a bottle at himself and shit like that and tried to get into fights? Like Wenger the pencil trying to get into fights with other managers like he could do anything. They're getting all pissed off with other managers over the top. He never used to be like that. He never used to react. And as time went on, the frustration started to build. The trophyless seasons went by the way that everyone was laughing at. Once again proving that it's not the style of play that people are hating, it's something else. Is it Arteta? Possibly that can be. If you're going to dislike the club, then you're just by default going to dislike the manager, and everything the manager does will be amplified because you dislike the club. Why do you dislike the club? Let's move on to some other potential reasons. The one of the reasons that I get frustrated about watching my own team is the ridiculous time wasting that they do now. The gamesmanship, I guess they call it in football, right? I don't like it. I don't like when we're falling over with fake cramp or taking forever to take a throw in. Like in the Champions League final, we got booked. Does it get booked for taking too long? And everyone's complaining. Why are you wasting time on 10 minutes into the game? It's so frustrating to do that. But that's an Arsenal problem. We're getting booked for that. Why is that bothering other teams so much? Because everybody does that, by the way. The amount of times I've been to the Arsenal and watched lower teams coming in, trying to get anything out of the game, sitting there with the low block, not doing anything, sitting back. Everyone applauds it. Great tactics. That's the only way they can get something out of this game. Great tactics. When they do it, great tactics. When Arsenal do it, boring shit, hate, right? But the amount of times I've seen people just knocking it back and forward at the back, taking forever to go retrieve the ball, the goalie taking forever to take a goal kick. It's frustrating. We do that all the time. All this bullshit we do, I don't like it. Obviously, you got to do it because everyone else fucking does it. But let's just calm it down a little bit. Yes, that I can understand that being... All of these things are cumulative. Could be a reason why everybody hates Arsenal at the moment, right? Not that anybody, as again I've pointed out, not that anybody ever loved Arsenal when we weren't doing any of this stuff. You remember when who was we playing in the cup? Someone correct me here in the comments, and my memory is a bit hazy on this. But we knocked a team out by taking a throw in when we should have thrown it back to them or something in one of the cups, and we scored from the throw in. So Wenger offered to replay the game, and the game was replayed off of that. I mean, the hour of sport, has that ever happened before or since? I don't think so. So, but yet we were still bantered and shit and hated back in the day, even when we was doing things like that. So that isn't the reason why. Not on its own anyway. We were Banter FC, so back in the day. So let's get to the reason that I believe that this is happening, right? We're going to get to this reason. I think the reason that Arsenal are so hated at the moment is the bellendery of some of the fan base, right? And I'm talking about, in particular, guys like these, right? Now, I've got all the time in the world for Robbie there. For AFTV, he's quite fair. Pundit is obviously he's biased because everybody's biased. You sit there going, he's biased, but you're all biased. Anybody that's got a club, you're biased towards your club. You're going to see things from your club's point of view. This dickhead DT, I don't think he's on AFTV anymore. But there's many others, Troops, these blokes, they're just like shouting their mouth off all the time. It's not just them. That is where it started, in my opinion. Arsenal Fan TV it became like a bit of a, when we was going through this frustration meltdown after every game, I'd see these guys, by the way, when I was up at the Emirates, I'd come out and I'd see these guys, I'd avoid these like the plague. I don't want to be on AFTV, or Arsenal Fan TV, whatever it was called at the time. I don't want to even be anywhere near this, right? So get the fuck out of here. But there was people, there was everyone on there had the same regulars all the time, which they probably shouldn't have had. But then I guess you're looking for numbers. If they do numbers, you're going to interview those people. It's social media. You're getting AdSense money from this, right? So I kind of understand it. But, excuse me, I ain't been that well this week. So it probably started there. But then the banter such, you get your X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. I used to be a big thing. Well, not a big thing. I was Matt Gooner back in the day, years ago, probably 2012 onwards for a few years. I was on there. I was within this Twitter space talking about these things all the time. I would always try and be fair, but you get into banter with people. It's nothing like it is now. Now it's amplified a million times. You've got YouTube, all these fake laughing emojis that people put everywhere to try to annoy. Look at me, I'm laughing when they're sitting there with a completely straight face. Laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji. All of this, people talking like they're going to kill each other over a football match. No, and the fact of the matter is that the banter's gone on so far now, and Arsenal fans every year are like, well, we've missed out this year, but next year you're going to see, next year it's almost become like a Tottenham thing. Next year will be our year. And now that this year was our year, Premier League-wise anyway, it was our year, nobody wants to lose the argument. So because they've had so many good years out of bantering Arsenal fans, this year Arsenal fans are bantering back. Everybody, the hatred is amplified. So then it goes on to, yeah, but you only won the league because you did this. Yeah, but you only won the league because you did that. Yeah, but you won't win. You'll get smashed in the Champions League final. Excuse me. We didn't get smashed in the final. We played the only way we could. Was it entertaining? No. Is that the reason that you hate Arsenal? No, it's not. This is the reason, in my opinion, right? When the team you're bantering win the Premier League, you've lost the argument. And when you've lost the argument, all of the other side gets super smug. Spurs fans trying to banter Arsenal at the moment is absolutely ridiculous. 17th. 17th, 2 years running. You're 17th. You're trying to banter the champions of your country for losing on penalties in the European final. Palace fans comparing your Beezer Homes European trophy to the Champions League. Villa, the same. What are you doing? We're sorry that we were too shit to be in those competitions, right? When you enter the elite competition in Europe, it's a little bit harder to win. But yeah, do I say people are completely wrong for hating Arsenal fans at the moment? No! Definitely not. That is what football's all about. Banter. Banter each other all you like. It's fine. I don't take it personally. I think it's fun. You give it back, you get it. But the reason that it is becoming a little bit cringe. Everyone's trying to pretend it's because they're football purists. No, it's the simplest of all things. The fan bases piss each other off. The Arsenal fan base is pissing more people off than anyone else at the moment because they're top of the shop in England. And so people are looking for reasons why they shouldn't be there. Man United got it all. They didn't get it to this level, but all the Fergie time stuff back in the day, not saying that none of that were true. Fergie used to bother the referees for a bit of extra time, and you're not telling me that didn't work. Of course it did. They got favourable decisions. Every team gets favourable decisions a lot of the time. That's why home is such an advantage, because the crowd gets on referees back whatsoever. But the referees are not corrupt. I don't believe there's referees that are being paid off by certain teams and giving they get Arsenal to give away any penalties. All this sort of shit, right? Back in the day, just quickly to just amplify what I'm talking about, there was a show on TalkSport back in the day, The Daily Arsenal with Adrian Durham. That was when Arsenal were playing beautiful football and scoring wonderful goals and winning nothing. And they were doing a count the days since Arsenal won a trophy on the radio every single day, and everyone was calling in, bantering Arsenal, saying how shit they were. You're never going to win trophies like that. You need to get tougher. We get tougher. Everyone pretends that's the reason they hate us. Just be honest about it. You don't like the fan base. Sometimes on certain aspects of that I could agree with, like there's certain people on this particular channel there that I could understand people disliking very much. But just call it what it is. You don't like to be bantered. You don't like these people sticking it to you on social media. So you're just going to pretend that there's all of these other reasons why you don't like the Arsenal. It definitely ain't the way we fucking play football, because you couldn't give a fuck about that. It makes no difference to you. If your team played that way, you'll be all over it, and you know it. It definitely ain't Arteta. He's just a manager that jumps around. Get in your fucking technical area, though. Arteta, it is a bit annoying, right? That's all I've got to say about that. Cheers. See you next time. Please subscribe. I want to start getting some debates on this channel. I'm going to start getting on the TikTok. If you're on the TikTok, get me on there. I'll need to get 800 followers on there before I can start doing lives and accepting guests up. And we have some conversations with all the different clubs and Arsenal fans. Cheers, mate. See you later.